Well, good morning, guys. Yeah, since the start of the holiday weekend, Wednesday evening, our latest numbers show at least 103 people have been shot, 19 of them killed. Those numbers are nearly double what we saw last year, and now both Mayor Brandon Johnson and Superintendent Larry Snelling are trying to find ways to provide support to the community. We know the last shooting that we've heard so far took place in West Chesterfield and at East 89th Place, where two people were shot, one of them killed, and that was just minutes before the shooting you're going to see here that took place in South Austin neighborhood, where one person was shot and killed. And of course, all of this coming as police have been very busy still investigating the murder of a 26-year-old man who was shot and killed while walking in the South Loop, sending neighbors into panic.
I was walking my dog at the dog park across from the Marriott by like 320 East 21st over there, and I heard like at least 15 clear gunshots.
Now, before the weekend started, Mayor Brandon Johnson did announce some resources for the community. The latest coming starting tomorrow. There is going to be an emergency services assistance center that's going to open from 3:30 to 7 in the afternoon, as we wait here in a couple of hours to hear from both Mayor Brandon Johnson and Superintendent Larry Snelling on the update and their response to the holiday weekend violence.
We will get through this moment, but these moments won't end without all of us working together to ensure that tragedy doesn't become normalized.
Mayor Brandon Johnson joining a community rally for peace tonight after shocking violence rocked Chicago's 4th of July.
The mayor spoke in the same neighborhood where several family members were gunned down inside a home that is now riddled with bullet holes.
We want the message to get out there on real talk about what's going on out in our communities.
At the spot where 71st Place meets South Woodlawn, emotions of a bloody 4th of July intersect with moments of prayer.
We ask you, Lord, to use us to be peacemakers so that we might bring change and transformation into our world.
It's where a hurting community is leaning on each other for comfort, not far from where two women and a young boy were killed in a mass shooting in Grand Crossing. So far, no one's been arrested.
Walking up here, still seeing the bullet holes in those windows is chilling.
Two other boys were critically injured, both now in the hospital. Their family members now trying to stay strong for them.
To see a 5-year-old fighting 2 ventilators, they trying to keep him. So he fighting, and I be talking to him and I be kissing him. And I be like, baby, come on, pull it through. You got a praying family.
The shooting was just one of many across the city at the start of a violent holiday weekend. It's something this Southside community hopes isn't a sign of what's to come for the rest of the summer. And that common concern is what brought dozens together Friday night, along with elected officials, anti-violence organizations, and the police department, including the superintendent.
We have people who will go into a home and fire upon children. Where's our outrage? Where's our anger for those children? Because I'll tell you right now, I'm angry. I'm pissed off. And I'm just going to tell you this right now. We will work our fingers to the bone until we find these people.
Chicago's South Side. 2 women killed and 2 children critically injured. Tia has been in the neighborhood talking to investigators and neighbors. Tia, what do we know about the victims?
We're outside of Comer Children's Hospital right now, Sylvia. What I can tell you is July 4th will never be the same moving forward for this family. This is definitely a time where families get together and they celebrate. But sadly now, this family is planning for 2 funerals. We know a woman in her 20s is now dead. Her aunt in her 40s is now dead. And 2 of her children are here at Comer Children's Hospital fighting for their lives. A 3rd child, age 8 years old, is also fighting for his life. He's related to this family, and as of right now, what we know is this all started with just a knock on their front door.
I honestly can't even tell you what I thought was going on.
Frank Mixon was home visiting from college when he woke up to gunfire.
I just woke up, went upstairs, and I just saw a massacre of everything, you know. So it was very vivid for the mind for me to just see everything. It was crazy.
His mother, Nikisha Strong, in her 40s, was killed. Mixon says she worked hard. She was an employee of FedEx.
My mom, like, such an amazing woman. No one ever showed me how to go get in and work hard like her. Working day and night, taking care of kids who aren't hers.
Described as the person in the family that would get everyone together here at her home in the 7100 block of Woodlawn. A neighbor reported seeing men knocking on the door at around 6:15 Thursday morning. Those knocks turned into gunfire.
2 vehicles pulled up into the area. Multiple subjects exited those vehicles and fired at this residence. Multiple shell casings were recovered from both a rifle and a handgun at the scene.
Chicago police tell us also killed was a woman in her 20s. The family says her name is Capri Edwards, described as Strong's niece by family. She shielded her 1-year-old child. That child is now safe. Her 5- and 7-year-old sons are here at Comer in critical condition. Their cousin, an 8-year-old, was also shot and is in critical condition. The people responsible for this shooting have not been tracked down. As for Mixon, he was surrounded by his high school coaches. The now college basketball player says his mother would want him to stay focused and keep going.
What kills me the most, just like, we was just together like 2 or 3 days ago talking about me going to another school or whatnot for basketball on another scholarship as well. While my mom was here, she just gonna tell me the same thing, like, take it on the chin, keep going. Like, my mom was one of the most wonderful women you could ever meet in your life. Definitely the love of my life for sure.
So again, you heard Mixon's story that he was in the house when all of this unfolded. Luckily, he was able to walk away from this, but tragically, several of his family members were shot. 2 of them, as we've reported, now dead, including his mother. As for what Chicago police are doing right now, they are still scouring that neighborhood, looking for surveillance video. They say 2 vehicles are involved in all of this. They're hoping to give us an update here shortly to let us know a little bit more information. But as of right now, if you know anything about this crime, you can submit an anonymous tip by going to cpdtip.com. Live from outside of Comer Children's Hospital, Tia Ewing, Fox 30.
In Chicago during the July 4th holiday weekend, more than 100 people shot, nearly 20 of them killed.
CBS News Chicago is always investigating, and our Charlie DeMar is live at CPD headquarters putting a face to these numbers. Charlie.
Joe and Erica, good evening. Chicago's mayor and top cop had a press conference here earlier today addressing the violent weekend. We also had the opportunity to speak to a family absolutely torn apart by this violent weekend, and they say that more needs to be done.
Funny, talented, everybody loved him.
LaWanda Hill is talking about her younger brother, Melvin. The 36-year-old father was one of 19 people shot and killed in Chicago since Wednesday morning.
Someone was there that he knew that he let in and took his life.
Chicago police say they found Hill in the kitchen of his own home on the 200 block of North Central, suffering from a gunshot wound Sunday night. He died at the scene. Along with the 19 murdered, 109 people were shot and wounded this 4th of July weekend, compared to 57 people shot last year, although last year's holiday weekend was shorter. Among the victims, 2 women and an 8-year-old boy died after multiple people fired into a home in the Grand Crossing neighborhood.
If we want to avoid having these types of press conferences and these types of meetings again, we need every single person to step up. We need people to start coming forward. We need people to take responsibility. Help us help you.
We are here to say emphatically that this is enough. It's enough.
It's just a lot of evil, and not just, oh, we're going to have a committee or a meeting. They seriously need to do something about the violence.
And the city announced that this week at Fosco Park that they will have an emergency assistance center for victims and those impacted by the violence over this holiday weekend. The city has done this before, and historically these pop-up emergency centers have not been well attended. Reporting live from Chicago Police Headquarters, I'm Charlie DeMar, CBS News Chicago.
Top of the morning, man, top of the morning. You know who it is, who it should be. aka J Cash, better known now as who, Trucker J. I'm waiting for my load to get ready. Let's just get into it. In Chicago, 109 to date over the holiday weekend, starting last Wednesday. The holiday was Thursday, so you had Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 109 gunshot victims, 20 deceased. And guess what community it was, people? I can't make that make sense. I don't understand. These parasites, this pure evil. No fear of God. Devil mentality. One of the mass shootings was 5 victims, 3 deceased, 2 was women. One was an 8-year-old boy, I think, fighting for his life. He didn't make it. And then the other 2 survived. 2 other little boys. So now, gangsters, that makes you gangster because you slide on women and children? Let that marinate for a second. See, I thought it was just they pulled up to the house and sprayed the house, thinking they op was in there. No. They went up to the door, knocked on the door, and then shot the people up. They said they came in 2 vehicles, and male subjects hopped out. Do you hear what I just said? They slid on women and children. Since when does that make you gangster? So you mean to tell me this 43-year-old woman and the other one was 23 and the 3 kids was in the streets? They was your ops? 109 people, man. And it's our community. And you're doing exactly what them folks want you to do. Listen, I'm not proud to be black, man. I'm disgusted to be black, to be honest with you. Because all these folks, right, they sit around and they laugh at our race. It's us doing it to us. Don't y'all know everything is at the push of a button, of a Fire Stick button, a Roku button? You can look up all the massacres that happened across the United States not too long ago, like 70, 80 years ago, 90 years ago, in the 1900s. We in the 2000s now. It's all at the push of a button. You got bigger ops out there. That's why the judicial system is waiting for your dumb ass. They're waiting for you to commit these crimes and these murders so they can lock your ass up and throw away the key. Basically, they got their own agenda. Let them kill each other. It'll be population control, and we get to make money off them when we lock them. Make it make sense. They don't have to put the white sheet on with the 3 holes. They don't have to do that no more, man. They ain't have to do that the past 40 years. But especially now. Now, the masses, the ones that's in control of hip-hop, because we're not in control of it. You might think you in control of it, but you're not. Them folks control it. They're like, hey, they're not doing no more positive rap. Let's give the record deals to the ones that's talking about the most killing and drilling and taking people's lives. Let's give them a record deal, because what they're going to do, they're going to use their revenue to buy more guns, to do more evil things, to commit more crime. Oh, the females, the more naked they get, what's her name? Sexy Red. And all of them. The more flesh they show, let's give them a deal. You get what I'm saying? Y'all not seeing this, man. And I come from the gutter, so you can't tell me, J. Cash, you don't understand. It's poverty. Nigga, I came from the bottom. Look up my project, 8 Mulford Gardens, Yonkers, New York. They tore it down years ago. It's been well over 15 years it's been torn down. The biggest project in Yonkers. In the 80s, when crack first touched down. So it was zombie land, bodies everywhere, syringes with blood in it, pissy hallways, roaches, rats. I come from that. So you can't tell me I don't know the protocol, I don't know the rules of the street. Y'all don't have no rules, because back in my time, if you hurt a child, you got dealt with. If you hurt a female, you got dealt with. An elderly person, you got dealt with. If you made the block hot and you popping off shots at people trying to get money, you got dealt with. But it seems like it's a new evil that's been going on the past, I want to say the past 6 years solid. Where y'all just demon time. You're desecrating people's graves. You're digging them up. You're talking about you smoking on this body and smoking on that body. You shooting up everybody. You don't care. You shooting up funerals, weddings, baby showers. I don't understand the pure evil that you can see little kids right there in front of you, but your op standing next to the little kids and you spray everybody. Grandma in the wheelchair, everybody. I can't make that make sense, man. It's sad. It's sad that these people still winning and made you turn against yourself. Now they ain't gotta hang you and lynch you from a tree, man. When I turn on the news in every hood, it is not the pilgrims and it's not the Latinos. It's the blacks, man. From Memphis to Cali, Detroit, New York, VA, Bmore, Jersey, Connecticut, am I forgetting something? Virginia, Atlanta, Chicago, Milwaukee, Missouri. It's all the black neighborhoods that's killing each other, man. So I can't sit here and say I'm proud to be black, because I'm not. So let me help y'all out, man. For those that want to get away from the hood, I'm a prime example. Having a CDL license, you can go in all 50 states and get you a job right away. If you really care about your children, you have to remove yourself from a toxic environment, and that goes from any hood in any state in the 50 states. You have to remove yourself. You have to. Because there's no hope. These kids are not being... First of all, it's kids having kids, right? So the moms still want to be out here thotting and being at every party. She's not instilling God and sending their kids to Sunday school. All the grandmas is in their early 40s. I remember coming up, grandma was old as dirt. Like 70, 65, 70. Younger grandmas, younger mothers that want to party, don't have time for their children, don't instill no godly morals in their children, don't take accountability for their children. If you take accountability for your children, they wouldn't be out here running amok. Mines, they're not out here running and acting crazy because I take accountability of mines. And if every parent took accountability of their children, they wouldn't have these problems. But unfortunately, in our community, people don't take accountability for their children. So this is what you get. The moms is not sending the kids to Sunday school or sending them to church to know who God is, to have some kind of cleanse in their soul. These kids is pure evil. Pure evil, man. How could you stand there and drill women and kids? You know it's not a male in the house because you knocked on the door. And you drill women and kids. When I say drill, that means letting bullets fly. You knocked on the door, you seen it was a woman, and you commenced to shoot. You see his kids in there, and you commenced to shoot. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted to be black. We are at the bottom of the list. Whether you like it or not, when you turn on the news in every hood in America, it's black on black crime. I'm not seeing these white people shoot up funerals, wedding receptions, baby showers. I'm not seeing it. It's us, man. And it's never going to change. So I'm trying to help you out here. Get your CDL, pick a decent city to live in, and remove your family from a toxic environment like I did. You see the videos. I'm not here to lie to you. I'm living proof. And I come from it. I made money in the streets, everything that came with the streets. Been in shootouts, the whole nine. But in my era, we put these up. You wasn't scared to get hit in your face, hit in your mouth. You understand? That's the era J. Cass come from. I'm quick to put a fist in your mouth. I don't want to shoot you, brother. Let's shoot the fade. Let's shoot the fair one. Let's shoot the 5, like we say in New York. I don't want to shoot you. I don't want to stab you. That's why, see, I move with the spirits. I pray every day, you heard? Keep me out of harm's way. If somebody violate, I demonstrate. Now, if it comes to the guns, all of them are legal in my home. But I don't understand why we can't wake up, man. Everything's at the push of a button. You could look up what these people did to us. Now, if you was doing it to somebody else, I couldn't say nothing. But they Willie Lynch syndrome, you dumbass, to do it to yourself, man. 109, that's sick. And listen, the south side and the west side of Chicago, it's not even the whole Chicago. 109 shooting victims, bro. 20 dead. And there was more mass shootings all through the United States in the black neighborhoods, man. I can't make this up, man. I'm disgusted. Y'all be safe. I'm going to get back to what I do best. Staying out the way and driving 18 wheels out here. Peace and love, man, because y'all going to need it. Protect your family. Protect your peace. You heard? 100, man.